Oi, oi, guys. It's Friday morning. Up and at 'em, out here doing it. Bit of an headache this morning. Woke up with it. Woke up with one yesterday morning. I ain't been in the chiropractor in a bit because where's he? He's over in England at the minute. Visiting over there. So I'm kind of like, not been getting the adjustments for about 2-3 weeks. But back on Monday and get that all started up. But blimey, that grass is long. Jeez. Looks like they ain't been to cut this bit. Mind you, God dear, have we had some rain and storms. Blimey. It has been cut. I told you, didn't I? If you listened back to some of my vlogs from a few months ago, and I was saying, ain't that much rain. We're pretty much getting it now. I think we get it all in 1 month, like for the rest of the year. But anyway, I wanted to talk today more on the listening side, because listening twice as long as you talk is what the Buddha said. Listen twice as much as you talk. Probably not words to that exact effect, but if you're listening, there's an art to listening. Because we believe we're listening, but we're not really. Because if you really think about it, how many times have you been in a discussion, especially if it's a little bit like more kind of discussing something that's more on the serious side. And what happens? Someone will get about halfway through there, whatever they're saying, and we got things that we want to say. Nearly trod on a lizard there. I kind of paused a bit there. I was like, oh no. But what happens is we start cluing into what we want to say. At that point, when that other person is talking and we're going, oh, I've got to say this. Oh, I need right, and we start doing that. Now we're not listening. What we're actually listening to is ourselves at that point. Because we're interested in what we want to say and we're not listening to what the other person's saying. And you'll end up missing out on a bunch of stuff. Now don't get me wrong, when I'm in my sessions with people, and they know this, I call it pinballing. I just told my new client yesterday what that was. And that's when I'm getting into the work, and then I start getting all these ideas popping into my head, or references to somewhere, or whatever it may be. And I'll go, time out, hold up. And I'll say, I'm pinballing. And then I explain what I've got going on in my mind to help these people out. But you know what? When we're actually getting into some conversations, that's the kind of thing you don't want to be doing. I do it because it's part of my job as far as catching things, seeing things, body languages, what's going on right there, on the spot things, and you can't catch that unless you go, hang on a minute. And it's not like I'm rude or anything like that. It's just a matter of, hold up, what's that? And catching it as it happens, not while it happens. Well, yeah, while it happens, or as it happens. It's a matter of catching those things. But active listening takes, hang on, let me cross this road. Active listening takes really sitting there and taking on board everything this person's saying. When you take it on board and you really do listen, when you respond, you're going to respond a lot differently because you've heard what they've said, hopefully. Your words are going to be more in tune with where they're at. Because if we don't listen properly and we skip through and miss things, we could actually be saying things that doesn't work at all. It might even send that person in a different direction, as far as worse, right? So listening is a skill, it's a practice, and it's something to be aware of. I know when I'm doing things, say on the computer, or I might be sending a text or something on my phone, and my wife or my kids come in. Good morning. And my wife or my kids will come in and they'll say, Dad or Steve or whatever, right? And I'll be like, hang on a minute. Give me 1 second, let me just get this done. And then I'm going to put this phone down. I'm going to give you 100% of my attention. And that's exactly what you do. There's an understanding there right away that, hey, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear you and listen properly. Because being in your phones, guys, or on your computers is not listening. You're skipping things. So put your phones down, pause that TV or turn it off, and start tuning into what someone has to say and listen. It's going to benefit them too, because there's nothing like being heard, right? How many of you out there feel that you're not heard? And I wonder why. I wonder why. Because people just are not listening, right? How many times have you said something and someone's come back at you with something, you're like, hang on a minute, I just said that. Other person ain't listening. So please, practice that. Practice. Practice makes the, I was going to say perfect. No such thing, as you know. No such thing as perfect. But practice is going to make you better at listening. We're so quick to want to speak. We really are. We're so quick to want to get out there what we want to say that we miss it. Help someone out. Help yourself out. Practice that. Become a better listener. And also, you're helping someone else out by actually listening. Hope you have a great weekend, guys. Stay tuned into that podcast out there, Getting Real with the Cockney Buddha. Go and check it out. And please, if you listen this far, I must be doing something right? So hit that subscribe button for me. Get this message out there to the many. Don't let it stand with the few. Because the more that get this message, the more people it helps. So if you really can get out there and hit that subscribe, maybe pick up a bit of plastic. Hit that subscribe button and help me get the message out there to the others. Much love, everybody. Again, have a great weekend. Loving each and every one of you. Stay the course. Namaste.